Okay, hi, this is alexkaapa and I'm responding to the video Omni versus Omni by Theoretical Bullshit. I agree with his points, his main points at least, about the omniscience of God doesn't contradict free will, and that omnipotence contradicts with omniscience, and that's okay. But I want to address two things. First was something that got me to think really hard, was the thing about time travel. You really put forward the idea that if you would travel in time into the future and look at the person and see what he would do and write everything down, and then go back in time and give him the envelope where you wrote everything down, and he would read it, would his actions change really? Because the point you made is that he would probably do the thing you'd see him do in the first place. So the fact that you gave him the envelope made him do what you saw him do. And I wonder if that is really the case, because for example, if you travel, if you look at what he's doing and you didn't give him the envelope at all, so let's say on Wednesday you look at what he's doing, Thursday you travel a week into the future and look at what he's doing, and then you go back to Wednesday and then give him the envelope. In the past you didn't give him the envelope, but now you are, so you're changing time anyway. So what happened to that timeline where you didn't give him the envelope? So does he really do what you saw him do in the future? Because what you saw him do only was what happened in the timeline before you gave him the envelope. So that's what I really wonder. If it wouldn't change, then probably you couldn't have not given him the envelope, so you would have always given him the envelope. That means it's a deterministic way anyway, so it's already been predicted what you're going to do. And in the other case, you change time, so you probably won't know what it's going to do. And the second point was with the free will and omniscience point he made, and I agree that after hearing your point, and after what I really also thought first was a bit fallacious about the argument, that it really doesn't change the fact of free will, because free will doesn't contradict with predictability. And I agree, because I did use that argument first, so thank you for that. But it does tell you something about the morality of God, because he knew exactly what you were going to do, and he's going to punish you for doing something he already knew you were going to do and deliberately made you do it. For the sake of argument, let's grant the validity of omniscience and omnipotence being simultaneously coherent with each other. So that would mean that deliberately making someone the way he is and then punishing him for it in the end, if he does something which is not according to your plan, is really, at least to our human standards, immoral. And why should God not act with the human standards? Because after all, he is kind of a role model for us, isn't he? Yeah, that's really the 2 points I was trying to make, and I hope you're going to please try to comment to it. I would love reading your answers, and also the rest can answer this video. Yeah, I think that's it.